So we're coming near the end of our interview time. So in closing, if you could give potential clients looking to either install a warehouse management system or upgrade to EWM software, what are some of the most important things to keep in mind? Just in closing, like just a brief checklist of things that they really need to focus in on.
First of all, they need to keep in mind, even when they can have a system controlling the internal movements and the stock in their plants, in their production plants and warehouses, they need to keep in mind that most of the success implementing these kind of modules, warehouse management or extended warehouse management, part of the success is to be very organized physically, right? That means they need to have a very organized warehouse. Physically, they need to have specific zones, dedicated areas. They need to have very specific, for example, racks, high racks, mid racks, and probably positions or floor storage bins. They need to have people that are aware on the new activities that they will perform, right? Talking about, for example, scanning. They need to be aware that the people inside the warehouse needs to be very organized also, because if, for example, if the system is determining that one specific storage bin is empty and you need to put that specific pallet on that bin, and if this guy doesn't want to follow what the system is saying, then this system will crash, right? In some point. So they need to be aware on that, talking about the physical situation and talking about the people. Now they need to be aware also in the money that they need to spend implementing this system for sure. As I mentioned, for example, in some cases they need to upgrade also the old scanners. Normally, one old scanner can support the new EWM module because there is an interface that the scanner can support. But in sometimes they need to buy new scanners. They need to buy printers because in sometimes we need to print our own labels coming from SAP system every time that we receive a pallet. So printers as well. So they need to be aware on the timing. Talking about the implementation, probably an upgrade could be in no less than 6 months if it is an upgrade. If they already have a WM module implemented and the people is already scanning everything inside the warehouse, then it could be easier, right? Because the people now is aware on how to operate a warehouse management system. If it is a totally new system, a totally new module that will be implemented, then probably take no less than 8 months, 1 year, right? And also depends on the size of this customer, of this plant. If it is a huge plant, then it could take, right, more than 1 year, because you need to define everything. You need to reorganize your warehouses physically, as I mentioned, and also you need to reflect all your operations in the system. You need to train the people. You need to do different mocks, different trials to see if the people is already let's say capable to operate the system, to scan, to print labels, to solve problems, whatever, or not. Then another factor is the accuracy of your information. It doesn't matter if you already have SAP or you have any other kind of ERP system, but if you have an accurate information in your current system, then it will be kind of easier to translate it and to migrate it to the new SAP system, right? If all your information in your current system is a mess, for example, you have a lot of obsoletes, you have a lot of garbage in your system, talking about part numbers, talking about the stock, different things, then first of all, they need to clean. They need to clean all that information in the current system before that is migrated to the new SAP system. So that is another point. And the third point is the training. I faced some situations where the different customers think that one training session is enough to operate the new SAP system, and I can tell you it is not enough. Probably one time I did 5 or 6 different training sessions to the same people, right? Because every new session they came with new questions, right? With new situations, with new scenarios even. So every time we discover new things. So I can tell you training is one of the success factors in an implementation. Training. So the system will work for sure. Even if it is a template that is already working in other part of the world, I can tell you the system can work. But if the people is not well trained and the information in the system or will be migrated to the new system is not in a good shape, the system won't work. So those are my factors to be considered in any kind of implementation, and even more in EWM migration or upgrade, because remember, you are managing your stocks. If your numbers are not or are wrong, then if you migrate those wrong numbers to the new SAP system, the system won't work and you will have a mess. I can tell you that. So those are my factors.